Hey sisters, tonight we're diving headfirst into the depths of horror with a challenge that'll leave you sleeping with the lights on. We're talking about a marathon of the scariest horror movies ever made all in one night. Get ready for jump scares, creepy crawlies, and enough suspense to make your heart race. So grab your blankets, turn off the lights, and maybe have a nightlight handy. No judgment here, because this is going to be one wild ride. Let's do this. First up, we're starting with a classic, The Shining. This movie is like the OG of psychological horror, based on the Stephen King novel that'll leave you shook. The story follows the Torrance family as they move into the grand and isolated Overlook Hotel for the winter. Jack, the father, is a struggling writer hoping to find inspiration, but instead he finds something far more sinister lurking within the hotel's walls. We're talking about creepy twins, rivers of blood, and that iconic line, "Here's Johnny." The Shining messes with your mind, building suspense slowly and deliberately. The isolation of the hotel, the eerie silence punctuated by sudden bursts of violence, it all adds up to an atmosphere of pure dread. You see the family unraveling, Jack's sanity slipping away, and the young Danny, gifted with the Shining, trying to navigate a world of terrifying visions. And let's talk about that iconic score, those dissonant strings, those haunting melodies. Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance gives a performance that's both unhinged and terrifying. The Shining isn't just about jump scares, it's about the horror that festers within, the darkness that can consume even the most seemingly ordinary individuals. So, buckle up sisters, because we're just getting started. Then The Exorcist is a must-watch. Okay, moving on to a more modern horror masterpiece, Hereditary. This film, you guys, this film is messed up in the best way possible. It's not your typical jump scare fest, it's a slow, creeping dread that seeps into your bones and stays with you long after the credits roll. Hereditary tells the story of the Graham family, who after the death of their secretive grandmother are plagued by a series of increasingly disturbing and terrifying events. The film explores themes of grief, mental illness and the sins of our past, all wrapped up in a package of pure nightmare fuel. Toni Collette's performance as Annie, the mother, is absolutely gut-wrenching. You can feel her descent into madness, the way grief and terror slowly unravel her sanity. It's a performance that will stay with you. And then there's Charlie, the youngest daughter, played with haunting brilliance by Millie Shapiro. She's creepy, she's unsettling, and she's the key to unlocking the terrifying secrets at the heart of this family's history. Hereditary is a film about family secrets. about the things we inherit from those who came before us, both good and bad. It's disturbing, it's unsettling, and it's absolutely brilliant. If you're looking for a horror film that will get under your skin and stay there, Hereditary is the one to watch. Chapter 4. A Quiet Place. Silence is golden. Get ready for a different kind of horror experience with A Quiet Place. This movie takes the concept of silence is golden to a whole new, terrifying level. In a post-apocalyptic world overrun by creatures that hunt by sound, we meet the Abbott family, struggling to survive in a world where even the slightest whisper can mean death. Imagine living in a world where you have to be completely silent, where every footstep, every rustle of clothing could be your last. A Quiet Place is a masterclass in suspense, building tension through its unique sound design and the constant threat of the unknown. We see the family communicating through sign language, navigating their world with incredible care and precision. The film does an incredible job of putting you in their shoes, making you feel the weight of every action, every sound. But A Quiet Place is more than just a creature feature. It's a story about family, about resilience, and about the lengths we'll go to protect the ones we love. So if you're ready for a horror experience that will leave you breathless, A Quiet Place is a must-watch. Just be prepared to be holding your breath for most of it. Chapter 6. The Conjuring, based on a true story. Last but not least, we're diving into the world of paranormal investigation with The Conjuring. This film, based on the true case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren, takes us deep into the heart of a haunted farmhouse in Rhode Island. The story follows the Perron family who, after moving into their dream home, find themselves terrorized by a malevolent presence. The Conjuring is a masterclass in building suspense. It's all about the slow burn, the creeping dread, the things that go bump in the night. Director James Wan knows how to get under your skin, and he uses every trick in the book to keep you on the edge of your seat. The film is filled with iconic scares, from the clapping game to the hide-and-seek in the darkness. The performances are fantastic, particularly Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson as Lorraine and Ed Warren. The Conjuring is a reminder that sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't explain. Sisters, we made it. I'm exhausted, I'm terrified, and I think I need a nightlight or 10. What are your favourite horror movies? Let me know in the comments below, but don't blame me if I have nightmares. And make sure to stay tuned for my next video, where I'll be testing your horror knowledge with some killer trivia and reviewing even more scary movies. Until next time, stay spooky, sisters.